Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video, we are going to learn how to create Flowlu contact from contact form 7 submission. So here I've created a form using contact form 7, and in this case I want whenever a new form submission is made, automatically using that details, a new contact should be created in my Flowlu account. So to automate this process, we will use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect, in which we need to connect a trigger and an action. So in this process, our trigger application will be contact form 7 and our action application will be Flowlu. So to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, we are going to learn how to create a Flowlu contact from contact form 7 submission. So in this case, I want whenever a new form submission is made in my contact form 7, automatically using that details, a new contact should be created in my Flowlu account. So to automate this process, we will use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. This is the homepage of Pabbly Connect. You can visit this page by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here you can see two options that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get free 100 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. After signing in, you can see all Pabbly apps window where you can see all the applications of Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here you can see a create workflow button on the top right corner. Here to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this button. Now here in this create workflow dialog box, we have to give a name to our workflow. So here I'm going to give the name as create Flowlu contact from contact form 7 submission. And now I'm going to select my folder as automations. You can select your folder as per your need. Also, you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this create button. Now here in this workflow window, you can see we have successfully created a workflow with the name create Flowlu contact from contact form 7 submission. And here you can see two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means action is a response towards a trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's begin with our automation by simply setting up a trigger. So here I'm going to select my trigger application as contact form 7 and my trigger event as new form submission. And here you can see we have received a webhook URL. That means we will use this webhook URL to connect our contact form 7 with Pabbly Connect. So following the instructions given below, here I've already logged in my WordPress account. And as you all know that contact form 7 is a plugin of WordPress. So here I've created a form with the name Flowlu contact. And from here I'm going to click on this webhook. And now under webhook, I'm going to click on this checkbook that says send to webhook. And now here for the webhook URL, let me take you back to Pabbly window. Here I'm going to copy this webhook URL, moving back to WordPress account, and here I'm going to add the webhook URL. And now after adding the webhook URL, scrolling little down, and from here I'm going to click on this save. And here you can see we have successfully set up the webhook. So now let's go back to our Pabbly window. And here you can see as it is waiting for webhook response. That means here to receive a webhook response, we need to do a test submission. And to do a test submission, we need to submit a new response in our contact form 7. So for that, let me take you to my form. So here I'm going to enter a dummy data and do a test submission. So for the first name, here I'm going to enter the name as dummy, last name as user, email as dummy@pabblytudes.com. And now I'm going to click on this submit. And here you can see it says thank you for your message. It has been sent. So now let's go back to our Pabbly window. And here you can see we have successfully received a response where we have received the last name, first name and email. So with this, we have successfully set up our trigger. Now let's move to action step. Here I'm going to select my action application as Flowlu. And for my action event, I'm going to search for the contact. And here I'm going to select my action event as create CRM account bracket contact. And now to connect my Flowlu with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your Flowlu account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, it is asking for API key and account URL. So here following the instructions given below, here I've already logged in my Flowlu account. From here I'm going to click on my profile. And from here I'm going to select portal settings. Now under portal settings, I'm going to click on API settings. And here I'm going to generate a new API key by simply clicking on this add button. Here I'm going to give a name to my API key, that is contact form 7. And now I'm going to select the applications that are task and CRM. And now I'm going to click on this save. And here you can see we have successfully generated an API key. So here I'm going to copy this. Moving back to Pabbly window. Here I'm going to enter the API key. So now after entering the API key, here it is asking for account URL. So here in instruction it says enter your account URL here. Example, if the URL is https://970bflowlu.com dashboard, then the account URL is https://970b.flowlu.com. So for the account URL, let me take you back to my Flowlu account. And here above in the URL, you can see our account URL is https://demou.flowlu.com. So here I'm going to copy this. Moving back to Pabbly window, and here I'm going to enter the account URL. So now after entering all the details, I'm going to click on this save. And now here it is asking for honorific title ID. So here it is not a required field, and also in the instruction it says choose honorific title for contact. To ignore this field, turn on the map button and leave this field blank. So here to leave this field blank, I'm going to turn on this map button. Moving forward. And now here it is asking for first name, last name and email address. So here instead of entering the data manually, here I will map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I will map the data from the response I have received in my contact form 7 submission. Mapping makes our text dynamic so that whenever a new form submission is made, automatically this previously existing lead details will be updated with the new one. So here for the first name, I'm going to map the first name. Here I'm going to map the last name. And lastly, here I'm going to map the email address. Moving forward. And now here you can see it is asking for description, category, industry, address, phone number, phone 2, phone 3 and so many fields. So here I don't have any other detail, nor these fields are a required field. So here I'm going to leave them blank. But if you want to add any other detail, then you can do it as per your need. So now after mapping all the required data, I'm going to click on this save and send test request. And here you can see we have received a successful response. So now let's go and check our Flowlu account. Here I'm going to refresh this window. And here you can see we have successfully created a new contact with the name dummy user, email as dummy@pabblydudes.com. So with this we have successfully set up our automation. Now let's test our automation to check whether it is working or not. So to test our automation, we need to submit another new response in our contact form 7. And for that, let me take you back to my form. So here I'm going to refresh this window. And now I'm going to enter another dummy data and do a test submission. So here for the first name, I'm going to enter the name as test, last name as lead, email as test@pabblydudes.com. And now after entering all the details, I'm going to click on this submit. And here you can see it says thank you for your message. It has been sent. So now let's go and check our Flowlu account. Here I'm going to refresh this window again. And here you can see we have successfully created a new contact with the name test lead and email as test@pabblydudes.com. So with this, we have successfully tested our automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have taken a trigger as contact form 7 and an action as Flowlu, so that whenever a new form submission is made in our contact form 7, automatically using that details, a new contact will be created in our Flowlu account. If you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can contact us on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can contact us on www.pabbly.com. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.